All right, so I woke up today. It's every day we wake up, it's the same shit. But I woke up today to this. Hold on, y'all.
Of Congress has been frozen. Well, look, the salary of Congress has been frozen since 2009. When you adjust for inflation, a member of Congress today is making 31% less than they made in that year. It goes down every year. And over time, if you stay on this trajectory, you're going to have less qualified people who are willing to make the extreme sacrifice to run for Congress. I mean, it's just people just make a reasonable decision as a family on whether or not they can come and move to Washington, have a residence here, a residence at home, and do all the things that are required. So the counter argument is, and I have some sympathy. Look, at least let them engage in some stock trading so that they can continue to take care of their family. Well, look, the salary of Congress has been frozen since 2009. When you adjust for inflation, a member of Congress today is making 31% less than they made in that year. It goes down every year. And over time, if you stay on this trajectory, you're going to have less qualified people who are willing to make the extreme sacrifice to run for Congress. I mean, it's just people just make a reasonable decision as a family on whether or not they can come and move to Washington, have a residence here, a residence at home, and do all the things that are required. So the counter argument is, and I have some sympathy. Look, at least let them engage in some stock trading so that they can continue to take care of their family. Well, look,
Okay. Because buckle the fucking, get your little popcorn, and we're gonna have to do like Christ consciousness. Gonna do like Jesus on a Sunday when they told his ass to lay resting, and they made me get my ass up and do this shit today. So, hold on, I'm parched. All that he said, you heard what he said. Have some sympathy so that they could have a second residence in Washington. Meanwhile, they don't have any problem moving their tails onto military base and living there rent free. They don't mind that. It's plenty of government building they can live in, but they want to sit there and talk about they need another residence. Okay, they already are getting free rent. Okay. They're already getting insurance. They get paid $174,000 a year. Plus they get a clothing allowance. They get a budget, okay, to do their job already. So their $175,000 does not go to all of their expenses. All they got to pay is their house. Who told them, tell them to go, who told you to go live outside your means? Because that's what you tell us. Oh no, don't spend your food stamps on lobster. Don't try to live like no. Oh no, then they tried. Oh well, we're gonna give you a drug test so before you can qualify for any type of assistance. Do you take a drug test? No. Do you get a psychological evaluation? No. To be a lawyer, to be all the positions that you got that are plain in our face. Like AOC talking about that she wants New York to pull up to the South. Now, I lived in the South, the suburbs, and in the city. I live in New York City. Listen, raggedy bitch. Where do you think most of us can't even afford to live here? Where do you think we're just going to go and then boom, we going down there? Why else do you think down there was only elder folk from around the way? And some Gen X people. They're the only people that can afford to move around. We don't have no fucking freedom of movement for how many fucking years? So for all of the people that are complaining, oh look, these people that are protesting are getting paid over here by dark money. Honestly, how else can they afford to move around? And I don't see anybody fucking carpooling. Anyway, that's me. I'm going off on that. There's plenty of other things. All right, don't get me started on this. And what I should have been seeing was what the hell is this of what this fucking guy is talking about, to have some fucking sympathy while they're cutting every single thing from the most vulnerable populations to fund their corruption. They increase homelessness, they increase housing instability, they increase food instability, all of the things that you need to survive. And you want us who are agitated all the way past the limit over your bullshit. You want us to have some fucking sympathy for you want us to agree for you to do something that is already illegal. You should already be in the penitentiary for. No! Anyway, the reason I say no, and the founding fathers said no as well, because I had to double check this shit. I had to take a piece of the dang aquifer, take a couple bottles of water from us to answer this fucking question. Because I was like, these niggas didn't even used to get paid like that. Like, I thought at first I couldn't remember if they didn't get paid at all or how they got paid. Let me explain to you why it's a hell no, okay? Back in early America, public service was not originally supposed to become a permanent political career class, okay? Like, no. In 1789, members of Congress were paid per diem, basically by the day. Like the Mexican day laborers that they can't fucking stand, that can't stand them. They don't want to do that, though. Because the idea was that serving the public was supposed to be temporary civic duty, not lifelong power and wealth accumulation. Okay? So hell no, we don't have no sympathy for you because it wasn't supposed to be like that in the first place. Anyway, the founders openly argued about this. Some believed officials needed to pay so ordinary people could serve, not just the rich. Others feared that once politics became tied to money, status, and long-term power, it would attract corruption, aristocracy, outside influence, and self-serving career politicians. Imagine that. Those fears were not imaginary, though. Okay, they were not. Today, members of Congress receive high salaries, benefits, powerful institutional protections, and spend enormous amounts of time around donors, lobbying groups, and fundraising networks, while ordinary Americans struggle with rent, food costs, healthcare debt, retirement insecurity, and stagnant wages. And that's just what ChatGPT said. We could, as much as we struggle with, it's even more than that. Okay, but I digress. Whether people are left or right or independent, millions of Americans now feel the same thing. The government increasingly serves organized money, donor influence, and political survival before it serves the public. This is why people are angry. This is not about hating the government. It's about looking at the original fears surrounding concentrated political power and asking whether those fears became reality over time. It doesn't take a rocket science to understand what I just said and how that is actually happening, and it's been happening now for decades. Public service was supposed to mean service to the public, not becoming untouchable while the public falls apart. So I want y'all to take the time on that, because that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna do my normal going off further than when I went off already, because I'm not trying to upset my nervous system. I gotta keep it nice and cool. I gotta keep it cooled down. I'm not trying to be cooking up in here. Like, share, and subscribe, because everybody needs to get this out. They squash my stuff all the dang time. All the time. Post this because post it everywhere so people can understand how crazy this man sounds. How crazy he sounds. Unstable to even ask this shit. And then acting like that we won't make the sacrifice to go into the office. How many of y'all are struggling right now that will take that $175,000 salary and all them benefits and all that and not be corrupt as long as you didn't do insider trading and all that? You just work for the people. How many of you would take the fucking job? Number one. Number two, I know that y'all are exhausted, and that's a sacrifice right there. But even still, if we have to sacrifice to give you sympathy, to allow you to continue to commit the crimes that you've been committing already, that you are actually not really, but yes, really admitting to, you want us to sacrifice our morals, our frustration, our anger, to have sympathy for you. We would rather sacrifice you. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because just give him the Sunday lesson like that.